Somebody done pissed off Paul Blart. What is up, Flick fans? Welcome back to my channel. Brand new movie dropped on demand this weekend. It's called Becky. Today we're going to talk about it. It's a non-spoiler review. I need your thoughts down below. Excited to see Kevin James in this role? Let's get right into it. So, a teenager's weekend at a lake house with her father takes a turn for the worse when a group of convicts wreaks havoc on their lives. Directed by Jonathan Millet and Carrie Murnian, starring Kevin James, Lulu Wilson, and Joel McHale. Now, Joel McHale plays the father. Lulu Wilson is the character of note in Becky. And Kevin James, that's where I want to start, because I mentioned Paul Blart. That is not the role he is playing here, and I'm sure you've seen it in every single review. The movie's almost like an overly violent Home Alone. You have these neo-Nazi characters that are after this thing, this slightly unexplained thing that is in the possession of the character of Becky. Well, Becky's not a very happy teenager. One, because of what happened to her mother, and that's understandable, but two, because of her father. He's kind of finding a new relationship, and she just doesn't want to move on from her mom. Once again, understandable, but this kid, all I'm saying, if I was her father, I'd be like, you're not going to act like that, because you're not going to act like that. She's just angry at the world. And poor Joel McHale, he's like, listen, I came from community. I'm just wanting to be a good father. He's trying his very best here. She's not having it. Slightly understandably so. But then they encounter this group of individuals, not the nicest people in the world, and they're after something. They're going to commit heinous acts. They're going to do whatever it takes to accomplish this mission. And Kevin freaking James, you know, he's a guy that I've been wanting to see branch out and do something different, because I genuinely think he's a funny guy. It's just his movies as of late. Well, not even as of late. He's taken a bit off. But his films just don't hit hard when he's doing something too over the top. He's really good on TV. He's great in certain supporting roles, but the work that he does with Adam Sandler every now and then, it just doesn't really pay off. But as Adam Sandler did last year in Uncut Gems, Kevin James does now, except it was a bit of a different approach, right? Adam Sandler, he's been slowly building up to that. Kevin James said, Paul Blart, we're going to go from that to straight up eye patch wearing neo-Nazi that does not care who gets in his way. He will take out whoever, do whatever it takes, and I really loved his performance in this movie. And there are a lot of things I enjoyed about this movie. I love the fact that it's over the top. I love the fact that it knows what it is. It's almost comedic at points because it's so overly violent, and let's face it, right? The plot, we've seen it 1,000 times before. It's stated as an action thriller, but it almost slowly becomes this slasher pick with Becky at the forefront, because she doesn't care, right? She's going to do whatever it takes to take out these people. One, she's taking out her aggression towards her father and her soon-to-be mother-in-law, but two, she's just pissed off, and they go after her dog. She says, enough, let's do this, and it is Becky v. neo-Nazis. That's what I wanted to see, and that's exactly what I get. And the rage that she shows, but the rage that they show in turn, and certain subplots that they try to give some of the characters that you don't think can turn a leaf, and they end up doing that. Doesn't matter. Becky says, no, I'm going to accomplish my mission, which at first was to survive, and now it's to take all y'all out, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. And it's fun, and there are some twists and turns along the way. By the time you get to the end, nothing too surprising, and again, they never fully explain what these guys are after. You get the gist, and he goes on this tangent, and you're like, okay, what? So, some unanswered questions, sure, and it is so over the top that at points I think some people are just going to completely turn off and leave. But if you are a fan of old school throwback slasher picks, I think you're going to get a lot out of this, and the fact that it just knows exactly what it is. How often do you get a movie that is so simple yet so violent? You're like, if you sign up for that, you're going to enjoy it. If you don't know what you're in for and you think this is another Home Alone, think again. It's a lot more violent than that. The biggest issue here is the fact that everything is surface level, from the characters to the script to the plot. So many one-dimensional aspects that I think could have shown us just a bit more. No subtext. If that's what you're looking for, you're definitely not going to get it. And the story as a whole just doesn't measure up to the fun that you're going to have with it. Now, are you an audience member that is going to let something like that and maybe a bit of clunky dialogue get in the way of you having a good time with this movie? Whether you do or you don't, well, that's up to the viewer. I just wanted to give you guys some context as to what this movie really is. As for me, definitely have some issues, but I look past that and I see this movie as one that will deliver for its intended audience, and that makes for a fun, pretty entertaining movie at the end of the day, one with an okay plot. That's good enough for me. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoy me reviewing these on-demand movies, be sure to show these videos your support by smashing that thumbs up button. I'm going to 63% for Becky. One, I enjoyed how over the top it is, and two, love seeing what I saw from Kevin James. Unexpected. I'm impressed with him as an actor after this movie, and I want to see him do more. Not as impactful as Uncut Gems, but I feel the same way that I felt about Adam Sandler. This guy has some chops that I don't think a lot of people are expecting. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave your comments and hit that thumbs up button, and I'll be back later today with an ending explained video for 13 Reasons Why.